Am I ready now? Hey. Good morning, Tom Corrado.
Good morning.
Good morning.
First of all, let me thank the congregation for the birthday gift that you gave me last week. I mean, I don't know if words, can really share how much I appreciate it. It really gave me exactly what I needed to be with the things that are coming up. My son had a motorcycle accident and he broke his ankle in one wrist and then fractured the other ankle and wrist. And he lives by himself in Arizona. So the gift gave me an opportunity to buy a round trip ticket to go spend some time with him, and I'm taking my books. He can't run anywhere, so I get to be with him in ways that we probably needed to be with each other for a long time. But I'm coming to the place that everything is in a divine order. And so there is no should be's, there is what's happening, and am I in alignment with it. That's what I've come to realize in a deeper way, that the Spirit already knows exactly what needs to be. It has created everything perfectly, in a wholeness, in a completeness. So I'm coming to a deeper realization that I am that. I am that perfect, whole, and complete creation of the Creator. And when I hear that the Creator only sees and knows itself, then that's my opportunity to see and only know myself. So what I'm experiencing are projections of myself as people, places, and things. And I get this opportunity to see it differently today. See, how many are realizing you're being disturbed by certain things in the external, in the world? You see, when what I'm coming to realize that if everything is in a divine order and there are no mistakes, then these things are taking place not only for my good, but for the evolution of life. I am one with this evolution. I'm not separate from it. And each individual, each creation is part of this evolution, and we're evolving. And what I've come to realize in this evolution is that it's calling for me to change. How many have a hard time changing? You see? But what I'm realizing is a necessity if I'm going to be in harmony. See? Because if I'm not changing and things are coming around me, it's going to be very difficult for me to be with it. You see? Because new things are bringing new energy. And this new energy is coming for my good. Now, in that moment, I may think that, oh no, I don't want this energy around me. However, but if I'm trusting the Spirit, this is the energy I need that my finite mind could never have brought up in order for me to evolve into a greater existence. Now, this is sometimes a difficult thing to really take on if I'm trying, I'm using that word, trying, which activates my finite mind to be something here. It's becoming difficult. How many understand what I'm saying here? Mm-hmm. And because of that, it's really giving me an opportunity to turn within and be connected with that knows exactly what needs to be. How many trust that? And when I'm learning how to trust it in a deeper way, when I'm willing to trust it in a deeper way, I'm realizing that everything that is taking place for my good. So therefore, anybody that is disturbing me, they're really pushing an activated button I still have activated that needs to be deactivated. Right?
Yep.
I realize that the ego is not going to deactivate it for me because it knows that it's what keeps it alive. Now, it needs to be deactivated though, because if I'm saying yes to be an instrument of love, being able to be still pissed off, to be triggered, to be charged, you see, keeps me from being that instrument. See, so Spirit knows that. Spirit knows that I'm holding on to a belief that allows me to be triggered, that allows me to be upset, to allow me to be disturbed. The finite mind don't want me to know that, but the Spirit does. My soul needs for me to know that. So therefore, it brings about all of the instruments into play, people, places, and things that sometimes will piss you off, but sometimes it's not in alignment with what you think. But if I'm trusting God, then there's a purpose of it being. And it's giving me this opportunity to now be more into God than I am with the thing going on. How many understand what I'm talking about? You see. The title of this talk is A Star is Born. Yeah, I came up with the talk right after I watched the movie. But the movie revealed something that is a principle of life. In order for something new to come about, something has to die. In order for the butterfly to be its most magnificent being, the caterpillar has to give up being a caterpillar. You see, I'm coming to realize that there is no mistakes, there are no differences in all of what life is asking of its creation. I'm here to transform. I'm here to be more than what I've ever been before. I'm here to be more than what I've ever known myself to be. I'm here to be more. Now, what I've come to realize is that more may not be understood and known by anybody else. But does that stop me for the desire, the willingness to be more? Because the more is what's necessary for the evolution of this life. And it calls for me to let go. Let go of what I think. Let go of how it's always been. To make myself available to what is seeking to emerge now. And what's seeking to emerge now hasn't been seen by eyes, heard by ears. Can I allow it to emerge now? But because I don't know what it is, do I find myself trying to put a lid on it, stopping it? Take a look at your own experience. Where have you stopped yourself? See, what lie did you tell yourself that you thought was true and believed it and stopped you from being what you are here to be? Now, I've come to realize that the world needs me to forget who I am. So all of its ideas of what it thinks is best can be implemented. But if I look at the world, it's a sense of separation here going on. Haves and the have-nots. To me, that's not what the Creator created. Just like the reading was saying, that each parallel has opposite polarities. So if I think love is over here, then I've created hate over here. You get that? If I created love over here in form, then hate exists over here. But in reality, they both are the same. They're the same. Nothing but energy. Where am I coming from? That's what I need to be aware of. Am I coming from love? Because if I'm coming from love, that's the energy I get to experience. But if I'm coming from separation, I will experience that sense. I will have that experience of separation, where things are not going my way. How many have that experience still? See? Now the key is, I'm finding, is that when it's not going my way, where do I go? See, where do I go? Spirit is saying, seek me first. Seek the kingdom of God and all of his right consciousness first. Then all the clarity, understanding, power, all that is necessary to fulfill the purpose of what I've said yes to come into play. How many can trust that? And how many of you find yourself still efforting, trying to figure it out, what it is that you're here to do? How's it working for you? Which then reveals to me, when I was in that transformation, is that I wasn't trusting God. See, I wasn't still enough to listen for something new. I was regurgitating everything that I've already experienced, trying to make it different, and it was still going down. I think that's a little definition of insanity.
Yes.
But when am I going to wake up? When will I wake up to realize that that's what I'm doing and give myself the opportunity to stop? How many find it hard to stop at times? You see. But see, the laws of the universe, the principles of the universe are all the same. If I don't stop at that stop sign, I'm almost creating a possibility of an accident. Correct? Mm-hmm. How many times have you realized when you did not stop, the experience you had, you wish you had? You see. So what I'm revealing here is that the principles of the universe are in action. They're activated here. Am I knowing the part that I'm playing that is creating, that is utilizing this power that creates my experience? Am I knowing that now? Or do I find myself still distracted trying to figure out what Joe Blow over there got? See, what Susie Q over here needs. What's wrong with Joe Blow? You see, these things are none of my business. See, what I'm coming to realize is that it's important for me to realize, how am I seeing Susie Q, Joe Blow? Because if I'm not seeing them the way God sees them, then I need to work. I need to do the work. I need to clear the lumber out of my eye instead of paying attention to the, what do they call it, the splinter in the other. Yeah. You see, these are the things that I'm realizing that are no mistakes in this experience. They have valuable information. Am I getting it? Or do I find myself repeating things over and over again? And I'm realizing the reason I repeat things over and over again is because I didn't get the information of the first time. I probably judged it, put it in a place that did not have any value to me, only to realize, here I am again. I mean, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
You see. See, there, when I get that type of information, it calls for me to be still because I may not know in that moment. How many can accept that you may not know? And if you don't know, is that okay? Mm-hmm. Or have you been conditioned to believe you have to know? And I'm coming to realize that the finite mind cannot know the infinite. The finite mind has been created to experience the infinite in its totality. Am I making myself available to that? Or am I trying to figure this out? Am I being a star? Or am I wondering what the earth is over there doing? Why can't I be the sun? What's keeping me from allowing myself to be what I am? That's key today. If I'm here, then there's a purpose of me being here. And that purpose sometimes is beyond the finite mind. Here's where I get the opportunity to trust. Trust something that knows exactly my purpose of being here. I've been known in the past that when things are not the way I would like it, it's like, okay, I don't show up no more. I can't do that today. Because I'm coming to the realization that where I am, Spirit has me. And if Spirit has me here, I cannot allow the ego to say go. You see, I must trust that there's a purpose of people, places, and things in my experience today that's going to give me an opportunity to be a more fitting instrument for love, peace, harmony, joy, abundance, prosperity, opulence, creativity. But if I allow myself to be ran by the conditioning, I will probably find myself a little frustrated. Anybody in here frustrated? The giggling makes me think that, yeah, there's a little frustration going on. But let me really take a look at what am I frustrated about. Let me look at these things that are going on inside of me that doesn't allow me to shine, doesn't allow me to be the star that I am. Everybody is a star. Teresa and I almost got that to be sung. That's a song by Sly and the Family Stone. That, powerful song. Can't think of the lyrics right now, but when I was coming up, you know, these songs are put in place, and I realized that these songs are also put in place for a reconditioning. School was conditioning me in one way, but the songs that I was listening to was conditioning me in another way. Songs back then, they were kind of codependent. So not kind of, they were. Yeah. They were codependent. I need you or I'm gonna die. You did this to me. You see. When in actuality, no, I did it to myself all the time. I created you to be that one to do that to me. That's true. You see? Because if I wasn't thinking that way, you would have never showed up. Right? Do we know the law? But if I don't open the door, I'm locked in. The opportunity again is to allow myself to be what the Creator created me to be. Now I have no clue on how to go about doing that. You see? But this is where I strengthen a trust to that within me that does know. And all it's asking of me is to keep my mind on it, to seek its kingdom, its face, and all of its right consciousness. That's all it's asking of me. And everything that my heart could ever desire will be given. I just have to allow it. It doesn't take a whole lot of efforting to get what you think you want. Matter of fact, if you want it, better take a deeper look, because that might be implying I don't have it. Now, what am I telling myself I don't have that the Creator created me perfect, whole, and complete with? See, let me listen to me and how I am experiencing this experience. Let me listen. See, I'm listening to the news and all this other stuff, but guess what? If the news is causing a disruption and an anger, an upset in me, then I have to be responsible. I'm allowing that to happen. That doesn't have any power. I'm giving it the power. People, places, and things don't have the power. The power is all within. Do I realize that I'm giving people, places, and things the power to disturb me? Do I realize that? Because when I come to that realization, then I'm going to take a step back and take a look at what's going on, Ron. What reason are you not liking you that you're allowing this to happen? What do you think that you're not worthy of that you allow this to happen? I have to do the inner work, y'all. Because nobody's going to set me free but me. And if I'm looking at anything other than me at this particular time of my experience, I'm being distracted. And I'm allowing the distraction to take place. Which then doesn't allow me to be what the Creator created for me to be at this particular time. I have a purpose of being here. But if I'm not remembering the truth of my being, I can't fulfill that purpose. It's not some purpose I made up. Because see, I cannot come up with the information that's necessary for everybody. But a power within me does. Power within me knows exactly what's necessary. It only needs the instruments of which it can work through. Which then I found that my only responsibility is to clear out. See, clear out and make myself a worthy instrument. See, let me be clear that by myself I do nothing. But it's the power within me that allows me to shine, that allows me to be the star that does the work. Am I accepting that? Or do I think it's me doing something? Because when I realized that, I realized how that particular thing I thought I was doing kept me so employed. And how many of y'all got employment and don't like your job? You see? So it came to a realization, it's like, Ron, I got your best interest at hand. I know exactly what you like. I know exactly what you're prepared for. Surrender to me and I'll bring it all. So I'm realizing that that's been the opportunity. A daily surrender. Just daily surrender. Let me get up and be grateful that I have an opportunity to let go. I don't have to get anything today. But the more I let go, the more space I create for everything. You see, people want a whole lot of stuff, but they ain't letting go of things, and so where they gonna put it? In the garage. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, I was getting ready to go there, but
Sorry about that.
sometimes that garage looked like the back of my back. You know what I mean? How many have realized that the moment that you start letting go of stuff, everything starts falling away? Everything starts falling away. Stuff that's not necessary. In evolution, I must be able to let go. You see, if it's my time to be the butterfly, I have to let go of being a caterpillar. If it's my time to shine, I have to let go of being small. You see, and I'm knowing in this moment, at this particular time, everyone is being given their responsibility now to show up. Wake up. They say they put Adam to sleep to bring about Eve, but they never said he woke up. Nobody ever said they woke him up. You see, he ran off into the forest and he tried to do this on his own. How did that work? You got one child killing the other. My point here is this. I have to let go of what I think. I cannot no longer allow my feelings and emotions to dictate my decisions. I'm giving an opportunity to trust, and trust like I've never trusted before. And I must allow that to happen. Because anything else is a regurgitation of what has already been. I think that's old. I think it's old now. I think what has been is we can let go of. And let that is seeking to be more, to expand and extend the evolution, is seeking to emerge. And I must allow it. I must allow it. If I'm seeking to experience something new, if I'm serious about being at peace, then I must contact that knows peace. My finite mind doesn't know it. It wants it, but it doesn't know it. So it finds itself efforting to get it. When in actuality, all it needed to do was just turn within and remember the truth of its being. Each creation is peace. Each creation is abundance, creativity, prosperity, opulence, compassion, caregiving. Each creation is imbued with all of these qualities. We're lacking nothing. We need nothing. The key is to turn within now and to remember the truth and allow that to reveal itself. Then you'll find that you are the brightest star in the universe. And rightfully so, because God didn't make any mistakes. And when I allow myself to be what God created, I'll get to experience love, unconditional love, a love beyond human understanding. Thank you, all you stars. Turn within. How good it is to be in the presence of God, be in the presence of love, peace, and harmony. How good it is to recognize each other as the image and not the likeness of us, an essence of the one. How good it is to know that everything is in a divine order that is allowing for the expansion, extension, and evolution of this life to take place. How good it is to know that I'm in alignment with it now. I can allow it to be. For my trust is strong. God is going before me, making all crooked places straight and rough places plain. It has already gone before me and created a space for me to give the gift that I said yes to before I was born. How good it is to be in the presence of God as each other. Yeah, the mind can develop great technology, but let me not forget that I can become high-tech and low-touch. And it's the touch that is what's being called forth today. Course in Miracle tells me that there's only two things going on: love and a cry for it. Two polarities. I'm so grateful and thankful today to know that when there appears to be something out of order, that's the cry for love. And how good it is to be a place of love, to give love today, knowing that that's all that's being asked for. It's the love that sustains and maintains all of life. So I'm grateful and thankful that Santa Clarita CSL has created a space of love to allow for the evolution of this life to take place with ease and grace. I'm knowing that the minister that is necessary has already shown up, not in one, but in all. We are here to minister each other, to reveal that the presence of the God only needs one to reveal itself. And that light now shines through each and every one of us here. Each and every one of us that has ever been here, and each and every one of us to come. We are the light of God today and every day. And as we simply allow it to be so, we get to experience the presence of God as each other. And for this and so much more, I give thanks. I surrender this word into a law that knows that this word is so, for it is the word of God spoken through me. By myself I do nothing, and I simply allow it to be, saying, and so it is.
So it is.
Amen.
Amen.